Just go to
All right.
Lions.
We are live here today. Well, it's always live. When is it not live?
Sometimes we practice.
I don't know.
Just coming here.
Because the draft was last night, and it made me want to say we are live at the NFL draft, but we're not.
I wish we were.
That was last
would be
night.
awesome.
That'd be terrific. I'll take a trip out to Chicago.
Chicago. Well, at least it's getting nicer. How was the weather there last night?
It was cold, apparently.
Chicago. Windy,
surprise.
Windy, I'm guessing.
Surprise.
Windy City.
Okay, so what is everybody's thoughts of the start of the draft? Well, the first round of the draft. Was anybody really surprised with anything?
I was surprised
In
that
the
no
top
one.
10. I'll
I
say
was
the
pretty
top
sure
10.
the Titans were going to trade their pick.
Yeah, I was surprised no
I
one
think
traded
they
up for
still
that.
can, but
I think they should have traded their pick.
yeah.
Not even that they were going to. I think
Well,
just they should've.
well, no one really knows what they've been asking. They could
This
still
is
do
true.
it. They
They still
do
could.
it.
They absolutely still could.
But they have a whole day to think about it. Well, they still have the rest of the draft to think about it, but it's a little weird because usually they just get it out of the way. You know.
Oh, well,
Stop eating when we're doing. We're just picking up you chewing, and it's so loud.
I was wondering what that was.
you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the mic.
I
my
tell
God.
you all the time in the dorms, Chris, you chew so loud.
I guess it's great for the show.
That's very obnoxious. So, anyways, Winston
trip.
goes 1. That was pretty obvious. Then Mariota goes 2. Everybody was surprised with that, as we said, just because everyone thought the Titans would trade it away. There was rumors of the Jets, Browns, and the Eagles, even though I did not think the Jets would do it.
I didn't think that-
Jets still made a great pick, in my
Well,
opinion.
they
They got
did.
the
They
steal
did
of
what
the
you're
draft.
supposed to do.
You take the best player available.
Yep, and they chose Leonard Williams, who regarded by most as the best player in this draft,
Yeah.
most talented one.
Including
But
me.
it really depends who you ask. But it's a little skeptical because they chose a guy that is on the defensive line when they have one of the best defensive lines in football, and
Yeah,
it's just.
but now they have a better defensive
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, it is. But you think, like, what's gonna happen to Mo Wilk? Are they gonna trade him? Are they gonna just keep him there when he's unhappy? I think they should just play it out. They have a better chance of like going to the playoffs with a great defense.
Exactly.
They had the best
Mhm.
defense in the NFL after free agency, and it just got better.
Yeah.
Only
You never-
after
you
the
never
first
know.
round.
Now.
Only after the first round.
You never know, too. Players can break out through a season, and you just need a little bit of an offensive kick when you have a defense as good as they have. If you have a defense as good as they have, and then you just need a couple of maybe minutes during the game where your offense
There's
can pick
enough
up.
talent on the offense. Gino just can't turn it over. But that's
always
easier
the
said
big-
than
that's always-
done.
Yeah, that's always the biggest question is how's
That's
he
the
gonna come out?
saddest part. But anyways, you don't know if it'll be Gino second round today. You don't know if they'll take
That's true.
Green Beckham. There's Jalen Strong, and then there's always Bryce Petty there. There was rumors of the Saints gonna go take him in the first round, but no, they didn't.
I'm surprised they need it. They lost a lot. Losing Jimmy Graham's huge.
The Patriots got a steal. Malcolm
Yeah.
Brown was number
Yeah.
12 on the big board, and he
Yeah.
went all the way
He
to
dropped.
Dropped.
I'm
He
really
was the
sure.
first
Drop a
pick
lot.
on player
a
drafted
lot
in the
of
first
weird
round, right?
picks by
Yeah.
franchises that normally make good ones, like the Steelers.
Jones and Jones picked
Did
Jones.
anyone see the highlight reel for, what was it, Bud Dupree got selected by the
Yeah.
Steelers?
Right.
No.
That was one of the worst highlight reels I've ever seen.
I agree.
That was horrendous. He just did a little shimmy move, and the lineman like fell down, and they're just like, oh, look at that. Steel, like, really, that's your steel curtain? You lose Troy Polamalu, and then you get a guy that's at a basketball school? Come on. I don't know. What did you guys think of your Giants pick?
I like it. I like it just for the fact that I like to say, obviously, that early top 10, top 15, you have to take the best player available.
I heard they wanted Williams.
They did
There was
want
rumors of
because after he didn't go 3, I thought, wow, it's like just looking what everybody needs. Cooper was obviously going to go.
I
White
thought he was going to go Raiders or Redskins.
I didn't think that he was going to drop as far as he did, and I got to a point. I was like, all right, well, obviously if he's there, they're going to take him. I like the pick of Flowers. I think they should have went. They could have even went Vic Beasley, if he was there. But I
I
don't
wanted
know,
them to take Danny Shelton.
that
Personally.
too. I think
I really like his story, and I
Yeah.
just like him as a player.
the inside of the defensive line I think needs some help, but I mean they went offensive line. The offensive line hasn't been good the last couple of years. I think they need to
No.
give the current line a chance to mold together, play together, so it could be like that 07, that 2011 Super Bowl team. But I mean,
The
he's gonna
front
be a Pro
seven's
Bowler.
Just not the same.
It's not even close to the same anymore.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's like, oh no, like it was like how they played as a team. It's like, no, they didn't. If it wasn't for that front seven, they wouldn't have been anywhere.
I mean, he was the
Yeah.
best. He was the best lineman left. You can't say he was a bad pick. I mean,
Andrews Pete was considered the best one. Where
I
did
don't
he
know.
end up going again?
he went.
He was in the teens, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was like 13, right? Yeah,
Really?
13 to the Saints.
Saints, that's a good
That
pick.
that I mean, that's a great
Yeah.
pick for them. Although I still think that they should have went.
It's picking it up again.
I'm drinking.
You hear it. It's picking up. He's here.
Oh God. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't do
We
that.
didn't do that. But yeah, you could imagine if it would have been. Okay. Oh, jeez. What a. We've been getting too much sun lately. Jeez.
Yeah.
This is just going.
Sorry, I had a crazy night. I have
But
to-
I think it would. Okay.
Yeah.
You do not. You don't admit that on air.
What? I went to sleep early. I'm kind of tired. I need some
That's a
potassium in
crazy
me.
night.
Yeah.
That's crazy for me.
It's crazy for me, man.
By my standards.
Oh
The
man.
draft's on last, and you go to bed early. Okay.
Anyway.
Hey, I wasn't there like you, man. I wasn't at a
I
Buffalo
wasn't
Wild
there.
Wings.
I was at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's unlimited wings. No Giants players.
You didn't sneak back any wings, by the way. I'm disappointed.
Well, because we ate them all. They had like 4 trays, and you couldn't. We ate them all, and we weren't gonna carry them. We were walking through Times Square. We're not gonna carry
Yeah.
the wings. But anyways,
Mhm.
this is so off topic. We're not even. But it's entertaining.
It is.
Is it entertaining?
She won't answer. She won't answer. She can't.
I don't think she can hear us.
Uh,
Nod
well,
your head
well,
if you can
well,
hear us. Okay.
Not participating.
No. It's,
Well, any other surprises in the first round that you guys
Todd
have?
Gurley is a huge surprise
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's
Mhm.
the biggest one for me.
because they had Trey Mason.
Oakland
Right.
made a good
True.
pick for once in their life.
Well, so that's your surprise. Oakland made a good pick.
That
Okay.
is true. The pick wasn't
clever.
a surprise. It was the fact that Oakland made the pick up.
Okay.
That made it a
No, no,
surprise.
yeah, exactly. No, there's a difference. Okay. They're a top 4 pick. It was a no-brainer kind of pick.
Well,
you know?
right.
It's like you can't call it.
But
like,
a
oh, they made a
no-brainer
good
for
pick.
Oakland is not a no-brainer for any other. I mean, you know what I mean?
This
Like,
is
What
true.
was their last no-brainer pick that they had?
I don't think
Who did they
they've ever
pick?
had a no-brainer.
Good no-brainer or bad? Last year was Carr.
No,
Oh,
who was
well,
the
yeah.
first? Carr was second round.
Yeah, no,
Was
last year it was
Carr was second round.
what's his name from
Ah.
Buffalo?
Oh, Khalil Mack.
Oh, Khalil
Yeah,
Mack.
that
That's a
was a
no-brainer.
no-brainer.
That's a
That was a
no-brainer.
really
Mhm.
good
They
pick.
drafted well last year, I
He
guess
was
you could
really
say.
They
good this
did.
year.
It's
They
just
did.
it's just before that it was very very bad. That makes everybody
It was because Al Davis was senile.
forget. Right. Yeah. Well,
He's just a
these are
senile
facts.
man. He wasn't
are-
like with the John Madden teams or the Howie Long teams.
Right.
You know. But were they the right moves? Like, just not even the Jets and Giants. We already discussed that. You
What
have
about
to you have
the-
to protect Eli, so that was this right move. And Jets were just you choose best
You choose
player
best
available.
player,
No
yeah.
one's gonna knock him for choosing Leonard Williams. It's
How about
just
the Redskins taking Scherf at 5?
Surprising.
smart?
Yeah.
It's
I like
smart. It surprised me though. I felt like they needed
thought it
more
was a-
offensive weapons.
Every now and then teams make like a smart move,
I
but
mean-
sometimes it's
But
too
it's
late.
yeah.
I thought it was too late, but then again, you never know if it's too late. RG3 could salvage his career, whatever
We'll
is
see.
left
I
of
mean, at Iowa, he was just great at stopping runs.
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
he was
so
a
bully.
great run blocker. Yeah,
it. Bully.
and I
It's-
feel like they could
it's
use
fun.
that. They could
Have
use
you ever
that.
watched a great offensive lineman in college? Their tapes are just hilarious.
Yeah.
Or even high school. You can go to high school, like when they
You
shove
dominate.
people
You
to the
dominate
it's
so much
fun.
more.
Yeah.
It's fun. But in the NFL, it's not as fun because
Everybody's the same.
the same. It's not, everyone's on
Right.
the same level. In college, sometimes it depends what team you play. They're going to be on the same level. But in NFL, everybody
Right.
is going to
I mean,
have
well,
some.
that caused Leonard Williams to drop. You know where he needed to be.
Because
for the Jets to pick him up.
that's just it was just luck. Like I didn't. It was either if Leonard Williams was going to be picked by the Redskins, the Jets were going to go Kevin White. But it didn't surprise me once Schreff was
Yeah.
taken
Yeah.
and Williams was there, and they're like, "Why would you pass up on this
Yeah.
guy?"
That's probably
Yeah.
why they took so long to pick. They
'Cause
would've
it was-
collected-
it would've
They're
been
definitely
like
debating
that,
back
right?
there.
This is
Yeah,
this
they
might
went down to
be
the wire, the
compensation for Warren Sapp.
Wow.
They messed up on Warren Sapp 20
That's
years
good.
ago, I think, right?
Yep.
20
That's a
years
good
ago.
one.
Maybe knock on wood, you know, they changed the venue to Chicago. Maybe these teams have better luck with their drafts.
Maybe. Well, in Chicago's
The air in
case,
Chicago is better than the
in
air in New
Chicago's
York, so you
case,
know.
that might be that's I think that's one of the top 3 picks in the whole draft is Kevin White. Kevin White replaces Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
With him and Alshon Jeffrey, I mean Cutler's still figured. I mean, you throw it up to either one of those guys. I mean, he can only throw so many picks. Something's gonna have to get caught by the Bears. I mean,
he's gonna throw a lot.
yeah, he'll
How
probably
about-
have 23, 24
It's because
plus.
he doesn't care.
Well, we
He
got
doesn't care.
I got another team that passed
They
up
can
on
still
Leonard
take a
Williams, the
quarterback in the
Raiders.
second round.
The Raiders passed up on
need
Leonard
the
Williams.
offense, though. Their
Raiders
defense
still have a
isn't-
lot of cap space.
Yeah,
I mean,
their,
in that-
their defense isn't atrocious. It's
Go
it was the
help
offense.
your
I mean,
quarterback
you-
first. They got a quarterback. You go help them.
They have,
You
they have
got a
one-
division with
the thing
Peyton
is,
and Rivers.
They don't. The thing is, they didn't have a Zach Mettenberger. They have a promising quarterback that he needs help now. And if he gets,
well.
yeah, and if he, that's what I'm saying. If he
Everyone
gets,
says Bridgewater is better. I don't
no,
think
it's
so.
not even close.
I don't know.
I,
I
I don't
like
think it's
Bridgewater a
close.
lot,
I really
though.
don't think it's close
Bridgewater
at
was
all.
pretty good.
I think
I like
in
Bridgewater.
college he might have been
I
better,
thought
but I
he
think
did. He
Carr
did pretty
made the
well.
transition better.
he did pretty
Hold on,
well
some
without a
stats
running
up
back.
here.
The both of them did.
Yeah, they did, but I just think Carr's made the transition better.
Asiata was pretty good, but
But he was
No,
he was
AP?
inconsistent. It
It's
was
AP?
like, yeah, well, of course.
I don't know what. Go ahead. You gotta pull something up, Mike.
I'm looking.
Okay.
Some
Keep looking.
some Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr stuff.
I mean, you look up and down. Other than those, probably like maybe other than really the top 6, 7, it really came down to predictability. It was really predictable after that. You really saw where pieces would
I
fall.
thought the first few picks, surprisingly,
Yeah.
went by really fast. And then all of a sudden, once it got into the preteens, it started taking a little while.
Mhm.
What about the Dolphins pick with Devontae Parker?
That's a great pick.
You like it?
I think it's a great pick.
I don't.
I
Take a lineman.
I think they should.
Tannehill
I think they
takes the
should have
most
taken a.
sacks.
I think they should have taken a lineman. But I'm looking at Minnesota taking Waynes from Michigan State. I thought they had Parker. I thought that would have been a steal for them. They need that big time. I would have
I
helped
guess they
Bridgewater
got
out.
faith in Cordell Patterson, but they did
But
just
what did he
lose
do
Greg
that-
Jennings.
I really
That's
like
true,
Patterson.
too.
Patterson wasn't that good
But
last year.
this draft is really
He has
deep.
the
This draft
talent.
is
Really deep draft.
Very
With
deep.
wide
There's
receivers,
still 3, 4, 5 very good receivers left.
The
So.
Eagles pick surprised me.
Yeah, but I still think they
Oh.
needed it though.
Did you hear what Chip
He's
Kelly said right
he's
after
a
that?
Jeremy Maclin type
What
player.
happened?
Do you hear what Chip Kelly said right after?
What did Chip say?
He goes, that pick has a lot of trade value, especially to the Titans.
That's where you messed up.
Is either he's just trolling or
That's
he's
something he
just
would
Don't
say.
know.
We're not sure.
No one knows yet if Chip
Chip's
Kelly
just
is
trying
a
to get in
genius.
people's heads.
People don't know if Chip Kelly's a genius
see.
or he's just
We'll see.
I think he's
He's
a
just
genius.
there.
he's just smarter. He thinks he's smarter than he is.
I think he's just trolling the universe.
After
at this
after
point.
the year DeMarco had, how many more carries do you think he could take this year with the negative receiving core that they have now?
Well,
Mm.
okay.
They're-
They
they're-
have Jordan Matthews. They
Okay,
still have
you have
Zach
a
Ertz.
He's amazing.
They have 2 other
You
running
have two-
backs they could use.
Right. Well, I said receiving core though. You have Riley Cooper. That just throws you out the window right there.
Well,
Riley Cooper's your number one
Sproles
receiver.
can catch out of the backfield though.
Yeah,
Well,
he can
I think
catch.
Jordan
that's,
Matthews probably.
That's
the
true,
number
but
one
now you think
After
Matthews
last-
probably
after last year?
Matthews probably gonna be the one.
He's
Aguilar's
solid.
probably be in the slot.
Their
tall not
offense
to
is
be.
going to be fine.
And they
by
have the
this year.
opportunistic defense is what they have.
They're gonna.
Yes.
I mean, what
Scores more
about
points on their offense
Yeah,
sometimes?
I mean,
what about this is a little up, but what about the Panthers taking Shaq Thompson? I mean, they really need help on their offensive line.
Blew
and
me
they
away.
That was just a
Cam's
surprising.
banged up like 4 games into the year. He's ready to throw in the
Like,
towel.
where does he
Same-
play?
same
Like,
thing
where
with the
does he fit in on that
Dolphins.
team, really?
It's a good defense.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for this draft, they really needed that. Like, that was one of their goals going into
Well, the
it.
thing is, we gotta. It's just one round.
Yeah, hopefully.
can't-
That's true. It's just the first round.
Seahawks.
A lot of
Most
good.
of
But
their-
this is
they-
where
they-
this is but this is where you get the best player
Yeah,
available.
the Panthers could go offensive line the next 3 picks.
Exactly.
You know that's always true. But
Yeah, but this is where you get. I get it. Yeah, that's true. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have in terms of surprises for the first round. Just waiting really for the second
The
round,
Jets
third round.
pick with Leonard Williams falling was a surprise.
That was
I'll
just
say
a
that.
shocker,
Also,
though.
when was the last time 2 Miami players were picked in the first round?
I don't
Probably a
know.
little while since they
I don't
haven't
know.
been
Probably
too
since
great.
Did Ed
80s.
Reed?
Yeah,
Did Ed Reed?
80s.
No. Did Ed Reed and
think?
McGahee come out in the same draft? Because then they were
in the
favorites.
same round, maybe.
Maybe.
We'd have to look
Because
that up.
McGahee went to
I
the
like the
Bills and then
revival
Reed to
at
the
the
Yeah, the
Ravens.
Ravens.
McGahee was amazing. Jeez,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
Before he had that
Yeah,
injury,
yeah,
and he
the-
still
It's the
came back.
injuries. Yep.
Yeah, wait, I don't know if he was taken in the first round because he blew out both of his knees.
What about what draft was Antrell rolling? Was it the
Trying
same
to
draft?
think. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the same draft.
I couldn't tell
I
you.
don't know.
I don't think he wasn't a
I
first round
couldn't
pick
remember
though.
that.
I'm not looking
Sweet.
it up either.
I don't know. Winston.
Jameis Winston.
What's gonna end up happening with these guys?
Oh man,
Winston and Mariota. What's their destiny?
I like that they're facing
Winston's
off week
great.
Week
I
one,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just-
unless somehow Mettenberger comes out
Who
incredible
like-
and
who
wins the
likes
starting
who
job.
better?
I mean,
What do you mean? Who between who?
Who is going to
Or
live up to
Mariota
the
trades to.
I honestly I think Winston will live up to his hype. I think
he-
Winston will be able to live up.
He's
to
got
it.
great weapons.
Yeah.
I think the ceiling could be higher for Mariota, but I think Winston's gonna be better.
In the right
You don't know
system.
you don't know if he's gonna beat out Zach Mettenberger. Though.
Yeah,
You just
I
don't
mean,
know if that's
yes,
gonna
yes.
happen.
They didn't.
Yeah,
you're not
Winston already
taking. You're not
has-
taking
How do you
you're
know?
not
Yeah,
taking him
Winston
second.
already has that
If they didn't-
situation.
If they weren't going to start him, they wouldn't have taken him second all. They would have. If they were going to stick with Matt, unless he has a terrible.
Well, they also
Unless he
still
has
have
a
to wait to
terrible
see.
training camp. I mean,
It's not
Or
a
gets hurt, God forbid.
Packers situation.
right? I mean,
With
Mm.
Favre and Rodgers, it's not like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they need it now. You know, I mean,
I just wanna know
unless
how-
he gets hurt,
I'm
has
still
a
not
terrible.
convinced Tennessee is going to keep him.
I'm
That's
just.
true. I mean, that's something you got to look at too. I think that if they weren't going to keep him, I think that he would have been traded last night.
Yeah.
If they weren't going to keep him,
I don't know.
One thing I could
I
see,
think at this
Jameis.
point you stick with him and keep him. I don't
Yeah,
I
know.
think,
Yeah.
there's a chance you could see who everyone chooses after the first round, because it's beneficiary, because you get to think about it for a night.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, these guys chose who. Who did we have on our board previously that we kind of would have liked, and some.
Right.
Like, say, the Titans wanted a wide receiver that the Eagles got from USC.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not even going to bother.
Nelson.
You know, just, or
Nelson
even
Aguilar.
Cleveland's 2 picks. People
Bathe
like
my
Cleveland's
existence.
picks. It really depends on what they like, and if not, they really had to think about it as in, we're definitely getting Mariota,
Yeah.
and we're not just going to pick him in spite to hope we get a trade afterwards. They have to had liked him enough that they
Right.
were going to be comfortable going forward with him in the future. You know,
Yeah.
well, there you wouldn't just take it. You wouldn't take him on impulse.
Right. Oh, of course not.
That would be an idiotic move.
Well, it's Titans.
Sanchez. J- Jets do that all the time.
The only thing I could see Jameis really struggling, and it won't. It
There's
probably
a
will
small
never
hands
happen.
thing on him. We talked
Yeah,
about this
the
before.
small
People
hands
are
are
afraid of his
just-
small hands.
That's probably gonna
I
be a
think-
problem,
I
but
feel like
very
it-
little.
But then again, he plays in Florida, so it might not be that big of a deal
I think
until he gets
that's
to the
true.
playoffs.
Until he gets
The
to the
last
playoffs.
USC player taken in the top 10 was Mark Sanchez. And he was taken by the Jets.
At number 6.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
But the Jets traded
That's
that
pretty
pick
crazy.
to Cleveland.
Ain't that a
Yeah.
shame?
But the thing was, Mark Sanchez was not the best player in the draft.
No.
No.
And he wasn't being compared
just
to
like-
J.J. Watt.
No.
Or respectively to J.J. Watt's the best defensive player, so we would say Peyton or Tom Brady.
I just like beating
Saint
on
Mark.
USC.
USC, never take a USC quarterback. They're great at every other position. Just don't take the quarterback.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, you could say don't take colorblind quarterbacks either. It didn't work out for Matt Leinart. I mean,
Barkley,
yeah, well,
Carson.
Carson.
Bad luck.
Bad.
It's
It's just bad luck because he had the talent and he had great years, but it's just the bad luck.
The
USC 's
Eagles now have a
everything
USC wide receiver to catch the ball from 2 USC quarterbacks.
Irrelevant. They're like 8 years apart.
Or-
Irrelevant.
That's actually true.
It's true.
Still funny.
And then they have one of Jesus' disciples in Tim Tebow, and then they have a guy,
38 billion years old.
and then they have a guy
Oh,
that
that
is
was great.
not from USC but had the same exact luck as Carson Palmer, Sam Bradford. So
They might as well just start
Whatever.
Tebow now because it's only a matter of minutes before Bradford gets hurt. I
Yeah,
mean,
seriously.
you might work in that system.
anybody can work in that system.
Exactly.
I mean, Mike could work in that system.
No, that's not true.
Just get rid of the ball fast. That's all you got to do. That's it. And get back to the line. That's it.
Martino's like, I'd like to see that.
All right, so that's our thought on the draft. We apologize. I don't know much about football. I try my best. I don't know much.
There was enough knowledge in this table here. We got through it.
Decent enough.
Yeah, no
But
one's-
we're just
No one
doing
saw
it.
the cue cards you were reading. It's fine.
No. Well, we weren't even. I actually didn't even go by what we wrote down.
Yeah, we kind of just.
Yeah.
Well, we did, but we kept
Nah, we
going
just
around.
freelanced
It's,
it.
I think what got us off track was Chris's chewing.
Yeah.
It's all your
kinda-
lip
smack.
But then I kind of went to drinking and it still didn't work.
Yeah,
So
well.
it just
No,
happens.
that didn't work either.
Yeah.
All right, PMP Sports back in 5.